This is a 1948 Packard Super 8 convertible. We have the opportunity to have a customer allow us to film one of their cars. It's a great opportunity, and it's very neat to be able to see one of these in person and drive it up the road. If you notice, it's got a lot of extra chrome. They had 2 optional hood ornaments at this time. Some people call this one a pelican. Some call it a cormorant, but it's a beautiful bird. Really beautiful hood ornament. This car has the extra chrome strips on the rocker panel. It's got the chrome strips on the belt molding that wraps around the trunk lid. Notice the door handles here are really cool, like a reverse pull handle. It's got a door lock on the passenger door. In the 40s and in the 30s, that was something that was fairly new. Also, it has a mirror on the passenger side door, which is unusual. That wasn't always standard on these cars, and it's like a, what are these, a convex style mirror. Of course, we're noticing it's a convertible, and look at this trunk. I'll open the trunk. Obviously it has a lock. You just turn it, opens right up. The customer obviously has a car cover. It's got a spare tire. Look at this jack. This is like the real deal jack. Some spare parts. This closes like that. How cool is this light? It's got a nice big license plate light. The chrome is in nice condition. It's got fender skirts, which were standard from what I read. Of course, it has to have the spotlight. That's super cool. Yeah, this car is just, it is beautiful. And 1948, they kind of, I think this model went for a couple years and then they had a new one that came out, so this is kind of a stopgap design. But I love the split windshield. It almost looks like it has a chop top. It just is beautiful. In person, some people called it very bulbous. The earlier models had fenders that looked like a car from the 1930s. So then this created a totally different design language, and has like a speed tail look in the back. It's just, I think it's a gorgeous car. Obviously this car was on Back to the Future. Doc had one of these cars. This bright work, this stainless is just, it is just beautiful. Power windows, that's amazing. Look at this sill plate, it says Packard. That's so cool. It has a power seat. It has a hydraulically assisted clutch pedal. It has 2 range or dual range transmission. It's a 3 on the tree. It's got this beautiful ivory steering wheel with the chrome trim. It's just gorgeous. A power top. Of course, you have your ashtrays. You got to have ashtrays for the rear seat passengers. Everybody's got an ashtray. It's got a radio, of course. Hop inside. Let me show you some of the cool things on the dash. All right, so look at what some of these things do. I didn't know what they all were about. Will looked it up on Google, found the original owner's manual, and look at what these buttons are. This one says lighter, so you push it in, pull it out, you got yourself your cigarette lighter. This is headlights. So you push it once, it's marker lights. You push it twice, it's actual headlights.
And then high and low beam is over there.
And your high and low beams on the floor like a normal old car, and you push it one more time, lights are off. Instrument, I assume that's for your instrument cluster. It doesn't, I can't tell if it's illuminated, it's too light. Map light, you turn that on. Come on. And now we got lights under the dash. Turn that off. This is for, it says transmission, and it's for cars that are equipped with overdrive, which this car does have the overdrive option. So this is an electromagnetic clutch. And when you engage it, it makes the clutch work for you automatically without having to push down the clutch pedal. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know. How did they figure that out?
It's like an early automatic almost.
Yeah.
But you just gotta The shifter.
I don't even understand. Fog light, that is in the back by the bumper. You got your heater, you got your defrost. So this would be a heater fan. I don't know if it works. And defrost. I don't know. And then you got these knobs.
Vents.
Oh, okay, on. Yeah, they're on. Got it.
Those must be vents.
Yep, on, off.
Okay, I'll try it.
This knob is for windshield wipers. Watch that. They're vacuum actuated wipers. It's got a power top. That's what this knob is for. Oh, this spotlight. So it says Packard on it, so that must be, I don't know if it came standard or it was a factory option. You flip this lever, boom, it still works.
Wow.
This car shows 66,407 miles. Might be actual, I don't know. Look at this shift lever. It's got a nice handle that turns. You just can like, it's almost like a tiller. This big knob here is for a hood release. And there's also one on this side. This is a hood release, because you can determine which side of the hood you want to open. There's a heater fan under there. I believe there's an additional heater fan underneath the seat, I think, that goes for the rear passenger. I think it has a rear passenger heater. Let me show you how you open the hood and what's under the hood. We're gonna pull this. Let's see, or no, we do that. I just did the release. Now I'll come outside, let me show you this. Then you have to remember how to, oh, okay, got it. Here's the hood latch, or the stand, just like that. This, you just push this down, spring loaded. It's just amazing. So 6-volt battery, it's a big old battery. And there's some things I just don't understand. It's got a huge radiator, of course, an old brass style radiator. This is a hollow tube. I can only assume that air from the fan goes through this tube. This is a vent for the engine. And then this is the air cleaner where air enters into the carburetor. The carburetor's on that side, but it enters into the air cleaner. So I don't know, is this some sort of ram air? I don't know. But that would seem strange, because this would potentially get warm air as the engine gets warm. So I don't know. I don't know if it's why is this here? I don't know. This is your, looks like pressurized oiling system. That's like some sort of oil filter, I believe. We've got the starter is right here. Down here there's a big air chamber, like a vacuum chamber. Almost looks like what a semi-truck uses for brakes. And that is, I think, what helps with the clutch. This is a vacuum pump, I believe, that feeds that vacuum chamber. Carburetor's on that side. So you could determine the hood would open either way, from the driver's side or the passenger side, depending on what you want to work on. Or you flip both levers and you get a buddy and the hood just literally lifts off and sets. That's how easy the hood comes off. I mean, that's just wild. What technology, people were really thinking ahead on this car. Look at this. This is their nameplate, the list of patents. Packard was the real deal. So growing up, my grandfather, he had a Ford dealership from the 1950s until the 80s, and so we were a Ford family through and through. Thinking about Back to the Future, so Doc had the Packard Convertible.
There's something wrong with the starter, so I hit it. Here.
But, what's his name, Biff? The Ford convertible, let's say. So these contemporaries, so the Ford was roughly, depending on the options and everything, but let's say it was like a $1,800 car, $1,700 car, 1948. This was like a $4,500 car. Again, I'm sure there's options. So the value, or the price, the value of this car was so much more than just your standard Ford. The Ford had the flathead V8 by that time, and it was 100 horsepower. They're pretty proud of that. This Packard is a straight 8, a flathead straight 8. Look at this motor. It's like as big as a tractor engine. And it's 327 cubic inches, which Chevy had a 327 small block, so this was the original 327. Made about 150 horse, 145 horse, something like that. So you know, it was a big, powerful car, and the inline 8 gives you this torque that just seems to go on forever, and it's very effortless as you drive away, especially with the dual range transmission. So what do you think, Will? Should we take this thing for a ride?
Yep.
We'll listen to the horn. And then if you want to do overdrive, this is no overdrive. You would push it in to engage overdrive, and then there's a light that's supposed to illuminate, okay, that tells you that overdrive is ready. Then you take your foot off the gas momentarily, it shifts itself into overdrive, and then you continue on your way. And overdrive works any speed over 17 miles an hour. If you want to engage passing gear, you floor it, it automatically downshifts, and then when you let your foot off the gas momentarily, it goes back into overdrive. Like, that is what, I don't even know how that works. It has to be above 17 miles an hour. It figures that out for you. It can do the clutch for you. It can do everything. This had to be just unbelievable. Even now, it's unbelievable. The thing that's very strange is, how do you start this car? You obviously got your ignition key here. Turn it on. That in itself, the starter button is the gas pedal. You push the gas pedal down. 6-volt battery, so it spins really slow. And then we just put her in first gear, and away we go. We're driving on our traditional test drive route, and we're coming up to our favorite curves. This car just soaks up the bumps. This is a fairly bumpy road, and it just absorbs them. You don't hardly know it just floats along. It drives straight as an arrow, barely having to touch. This does not have power steering, but it does not require a lot of steering input. A little bit noisy, a little bit of wind noise. It's kind of windy today anyways, but I'm sure with the convertible top, there's just some wind noise. A lot of cars, like more performance cars of the era, we would accelerate into a curve. This car, it leans pretty good, so we're slowing her way down. It's got bias ply, wide whites, but I'm still in high gear, and it's got plenty of torque. I didn't downshift at all. I'm not flooring it, but it still has plenty of power. This is a beautiful cruising car. Kind of the time of day where the sun's in our eyes. We've got these little sun visors. Well, we still got to do our 0 to 60 test. See if it does it. I'm sure it will. I'm double clutching. I don't know if you need to, but Okay, we're at 40. We're at 50. We go into overdrive. I don't know if that did much. Now we're at 60.
Oh, that was 29 seconds.
Wow. That's probably the slowest we've ever tested. But this is a 48 and it does do 60. Well, this car is amazing, and thank you to the customer for letting us take it on a test drive, doing a little bit of a walk around. And this is something that for someone from my generation, I've never seen one of these in person, never ridden in one before, never drove one before. And you can find these. I did a little bit of research today. Crazy nice one was 100,000. Also very nice one was 50,000. And like family owned for 30 years, well maintained one was like 20 grand. So they're actually affordable, different price points, and they're very simple. I've never tried to repair one. We're helping with cosmetics on this one. But I assume, I don't know, I assume parts are available. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time. Be sure to like, subscribe, share. Have a good day.